New developments this morning in the deaths of 51 migrants in San Antonio inside of a truck. 3 men are arrested for their alleged roles in the nation's deadliest human trafficking incident. Tears shed at a vigil in San Antonio Tuesday. Texas Governor Greg Abbott is pointing to this tragedy as another example of the Biden administration's failure to act on the border crisis. He is holding a news conference at the border later today. Border correspondent Robert Sherman has more from McAllen, Texas. Robert?
Good morning, Mitch. And 3 different people are in custody this morning relating to that incident in San Antonio. One, a U.S. citizen who has been described as the driver of that truck. He was hospitalized as of last night, still is yet to be charged. 2 other people, though, were traced back to a residence in San Antonio using the license plate of that trailer. They were found leaving that residence by law enforcement, and law enforcement found while they were entering their vehicles that they had weapons inside of the car. It was also found to be that both of those people were illegal immigrants. That is a federal crime punishable by up to 10 years in prison, though at this point that is the only connection we know of between those 2 people and that trailer found with 51 dead migrants inside of it. With all of those lives lost, law enforcement described the scene as quite literally a stack of dead bodies. And we know that now there is a process of identifying all those victims, and we know officials from Mexico, Guatemala, El Salvador heavily involved as families desperately want to know more about the state of their loved ones. And while this is unusual, the number of lives lost in one single human smuggling incident, unfortunately, the number of migrant deaths continues to rise year after year. The National Border Patrol Council saying that they've seen over 500 migrants die trying to make it into the United States this year. Over roughly 15,000 had to be rescued as well. We've heard from one migrant making the journey to the U.S. who says hearing about these events in San Antonio made him consider turning around. Listen to this.
It's so wrong. Just imagine, smugglers get so much money out of them, so they end up like that. The truth is that when I heard that, I wanted to go back, to stop my journey. I already asked for help here to get papers, but they told me I need to go to Monterey to get them.
And back here at home, San Antonio, the San Antonio community and the U.S. has been mourning those lives lost. Several memorials taking place. You mentioned that Governor Greg Abbott is going to be holding a press briefing today. This has brought the issue of the border back into the national conversation about how best to handle this issue. And one other point to mention, we are waiting on a ruling from the Supreme Court on the Remain in Mexico policy. Both conservatives and liberals believe that that could be pivotal in determining exactly how the U.S.-Mexico border is managed for the foreseeable future. Mitch?
All right, Robert Sherman down on the border for us. Thank you, Robert.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.